CP detector. Mile 153.3. Temperature 64 degrees. Axle 220. No alarms. Length 3116. Mile 153.3. Out.
Recently, new leasers have been added to Southline, and these are no HLCX or LTEX leasers, but CEFX leasers. These include the AC44s, the SD40M-2s, and the SD90 Max. They also have the CITX SD70M-2s. If you didn't know, both CITX and the CEFX leasing companies are the same, just different companies though, so... Also, should I point out that Southline now has Roblox voice chat, and also tell you that they also added the patch CEFX AC44s too? I'm kidding. Thanks AGS for the video though. Also, this is a game pass that will cost you about 130 Robux, so it's not a bad cost for that, so without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. First up, the CEFX AC44 CWs. Two variants actually. The first one is the iconic blue and white scheme. These units were built back in 2001 and 2004, numbers 1001 to 1059. These units were leased right after they were built, after many railroads were getting rid of their older units. These were spotted on the Canadian Pacific and Union Pacific systems very often. Canadian Pacific continued leasing them until the late 2010s. UP's leasing lasted until the very or mid 2010s. Those units will eventually be stored in different locations. That was until 2023, when CEFX released their locomotives to the gray, white, and blue paint scheme. Those units were released mostly from BNSF after retiring their Dash 9s and sold them off to GECX, which BNSF never owned them. Two CEFX AC44s will go with another railroad, the Central Maine and Quebec Railroad, or CMQ for short, still keeping their original numbers from CEFX. Unfortunately, these two units will also be sold out to Norfolk Southern, along with at least 34 units were sold out to NS, new, old paints, and two CMQ locomotives. Then later in 2024, 25 will eventually go to Ferramix since they were in a shortage of locomotives. These units were equipped with a lot of horns, K3HAs, K3Ls, P5s, and K3LAs. Next up, the SD40M-2s. Two variants, the nose and headlights. These units were originally from Southern Pacific and were built for Southern Pacific back in 1993. 133 were delivered from numbers 8574 to 8706. These units were rebuilt from the SD39s, SD40s, and the SD45 units to SD40M-2s with upgrades such as extended range dynamic brakes, a new prime mover, and an electrical cabinet installed to the units. Eventually, they will go on to work with Union Pacific after their merger with Southern Pacific in 1996. Then in the early 2000s, some of the units will be sold off to CEFX or NREX, numbers 2783 to 3152 for CEFX. Some with the Union Pacific colors or painted in the white or blue scheme. They were also part of the leasing operations. Same reason, railroads getting rid of their old units and buying new ones. Fast forward to today. Most are now stored, sold, or either scrapped. I actually got to see one of them that was heading to Alabama. That unit was sold out to OMLX but still remains its old CEFX blue and white colors. Unfortunately, I do not have any information about the CEFX SD40M-2s or what horns are equipped with, but I'll guess most of them are equipped with K3LAs and K5LA horns. All of the CEFX SD40M-2s are not equipped with positive train control. Next up, the SD9043 Max. They were introduced to the public in 1995 to replace the SD80 Max, designed to be more powerful than an SD80 Mac. CEFX ordered 40 SD9043 Max, which were built between the years 1999 to 2000. 40 were built numbers 100 to 139. These units will be painted in the red paint scheme when they were first built. Then in 2013, they started repainting a few other SD90 Max into the blue paint scheme. Unfortunately, these are also failed EMD locomotives as they face some issues with their 6,000 horsepower. Because of this, many rails classified them as SD9043 Max, with a 4,300 horsepower equipped. But that also faced some issues with its prime mover, which includes the crankshaft issues and overheating. Many were stored or either laid up for sale. That's when Norfolk Southern stepped in, as they acquired 110 SD9043 Max from various railroads, including CEFX. Fast forward to today, only 3 remain with CEFX, 2 of them still in their original colors while 1 remains in the blue paint scheme. What caught my eye on this unit is that it has this red oval looking. This is where it tells you how much fuel is left on the tank, and the red cover is where they fill up the fuel. These units are mostly equipped with K3LA horns. All of them are not equipped with positive train control. Last but not least, the CITX SD70M-2s. These units were originally built from EMDX in 2004, the pre-production SD70 Aces, but eventually these were sold out to CITX in late 2005. Only 3 were sold numbers 140 to 142. It may look like an SD70 Ace to you, but the difference you can see is the conductor side of the unit. As you can see, these have no vents on the side for the SD70M-2s, while on the SD70 Aces have them on. SD70M-2s are DC units while the SD70 Aces are AC units. That white box that you're seeing on top of the locomotive is the GPS dome. These help the locomotive track its location way before positive train control was enforced on railroads. These GPS domes will be added when they're first built, but for newer modern locomotives, those won't be there as they're being added with the spiky looking PTC that are on today. Most of the units are now stored in St. Louis with no future plans. Maybe there could be a leasing era again, who knows? All of them are equipped with K5 LLA horns, and no positive train control is equipped on all of these SD70M-2s. And that's pretty much it for today's video. And if you actually enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and liking this video, as we're about to reach 700 subscribers. So this is actually impressive that we're gonna be hitting that milestone, and I appreciate you guys for all the support. Anyways, catch you all next time. Take care.